I'm sweating so much. Welcome to the World Gut Project. My name is Carrie. This is all about being vegan on the low FODMAP diet for irritable bowel syndrome, and today's video is about this freaking heat wave in the UK at the moment. So for the past few weeks, to be honest, it's been freakishly hot in the UK. Like this past week especially, it's got to like 35 degrees. And I have noticed that my IBS symptoms, not so good. And it doesn't really matter what I eat. If I eat something that I know normally doesn't affect me, my tummy still feels kind of like sick and painful, and I don't know, like it's moving around, like it's just not a bit crampy, it's not nice. Especially in the evenings when I'm trying to sleep. So I mentioned this in the Facebook group, which I'll link below if you want to join. It's closed, private, and people are like, me too, oh my gosh, like whatever I eat at the moment, my tummy is not happy about it. So it wasn't just me, other people were also experiencing this, and I had a Google and I only managed to find one study. It was in 2013 in Zurich, where some lovely doctors in a hospital took a retrospective look over the last 5 years of the admittance for people with intestinal gastritis, so that's like a tummy infection, and people with inflammatory bowel disease, which obviously isn't IBS, but looking at their kind of hospitalisation for flare-ups. And actually, if there was a heat wave, the rates went up by about 4.6 to 4.7%. And with every day of the heat wave progressing, that rate went up for people with IBD. So they're not imagining it, it was happening, the heat was having an impact on people's digestive health. They did suggest in the study that this could also be happening for people with IBS. Obviously, it's unusual to go to the hospital to be hospitalised with IBS, so it's not part of the study. I couldn't find anything that gave information about exactly why. There were talks of being dehydrated, although personally I've gone to great lengths to make sure that's not the case, so I don't think that's why. But there was an idea that maybe the microbiota in your gut is changing, and also just your body is feeling tired and in general not so good. Don't know why, but we're not imagining it. England is not built for hot weather, we're built for cold. Our buildings are not well ventilated, a lot of places don't have aircon, so I just wanted to give you some quick tips of things you can do to stay cool with an IBS focus. So generally, smaller meals are definitely better. Your body generates more heat when it burns food, so having smaller meals helps. I kind of didn't eat for a while just because everything I ate made me feel rubbish, but obviously that's not sustainable. So smaller meals, a bit more regularly, is definitely the way to go. I've been really enjoying cold rice noodle salads as my kind of easy to digest cold meal at the moment. Sipping on cold drinks. And then a personal favourite, low FODMAP, nice and cooling snack, frozen grapes. They are delicious any time of year, but particularly right now, and a good way to cool down drinks if you don't want to dilute them. And based on my personal experience, now is a good time to lay off caffeine, just because it just seems to make everything worse, to be honest. Using a cold flannel just on your wrists or your neck, just to help cool yourself down. Having a cool but not cold shower before bed really helps, really helps. And actually I've been, if I can, after a meal, really helps take the edge off for some reason. If you go too cold, your body then starts thinking it needs to warm up, so go for cool and refreshing. One tip that got me through a fanless, AC-less hostel in India is to use a wet towel as your blanket. If it is super hot, it can actually really help. And I found actually that's really nice on my tummy. It's like kind of the opposite of the hot water bottle, which we usually do for stomach cramps. If you've also been affected by this hot weather, please comment down below so we all know we're not alone. And if you've got any tips for staying cool and keeping your symptoms calm when it's just so hot, please subscribe and like if you found this useful, and I will see you again next Sunday with another video. But until then, stay cool. Long term, if you want to help slow down this increase in global temperatures, a really important thing you can do is not eat animal products because their impact on the environment is outrageous.